Welcome to the From My Stand podcast with Matt Hinkle. Whether you are an avid hunter, a novice, or someone interested in the sport, Matt has a unique perspective to share. Sit back, relax, and kick your boots up as Matt shares what he's seeing from his stand.
Well, guys, muzzleloader season starts tomorrow here in the state of Ohio. I told you a couple of weeks ago we did that episode on getting the muzzleloader gun ready. Well, I'm glad I did it because my season is going to come down to muzzleloader hunting this year. I told you I thought it might, and sure enough, that's what's going to happen. So muzzleloader season starts tomorrow. Here's my game plan. Tomorrow morning, I've got a function at the church going on, so I'm not going to hunt tomorrow morning, but tomorrow evening, which is Saturday night, I'm going to be in a tree stand. I'm going to be hunting in a favorite stand of mine. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know what to think about it, but I'm going to give it a shot tomorrow night in a tree stand. Sunday we got church. I won't be hunting on Sunday, but then Monday and Tuesday are the last 2 days, and I'll be honest with you, they're probably going to be my last 2 days of deer hunting this year. So I am trying to not get skunked. All right, another little component to all of this is Sunday night going into Monday, our whole area, including the area that I hunt in, they're under like a major storm warning, winter storm warning. We're going to get snow, we're going to get wind, it's going to be wild, and I have no idea what's going to be going on with the weather. I know it's going to be cold, I know it's going to be windy, and we're probably going to get a lot of snow. I don't know how good Monday morning is going to be, but I am going to be in camp and probably in the woods trying to make something happen just because we're in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. So I'll be out there, but then what I think is going to happen Monday night when that system goes out, I want to be right there so that when that system goes out, I really think those deer are going to move. So I'll be hunting for sure Monday evening, staying in camp that night, freezing to death because it's going to be like single digits. I'll be in the tent, but it's an outfitter grade tent. There's a buck stove. It'll be fine. But then Tuesday morning, it's going to be they're forecasting single digits, calm and sunny, right after a big snow front. So anyway, I got high hopes for what is going to happen. But tonight, what I thought I would do is just do a quick gear shakedown. I would do this anyway, so I thought I might as well bring you along, kind of show you what I'm going to do. This is just a gear checklist, and I'm just going to start going through it, okay? I'm going to take a camo hat. Check, got it. So I told you it's going to be cold. This is a Cabela's, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a Cabela's 0 degree Fahrenheit sleeping bag. This thing is really warm when it is single digits or worse. You do not want to be in a camp in those kind of temperatures if you don't have the right kind of gear. Things can get really dangerous really fast, but I'll be fine with this. So I've got my sleeping bag. That is a check. I don't know if I'll use this or not, but I want to have it. It's just a little stool in the woods, put out by Pursuit. Just a little 3-legged stool, and those are pretty handy to have. You never know. Normally I just sit like on a log or sit on the ground or even stand the whole time, but I'm going to take it just in case. I don't know if I'll take these in the woods or not. Again, normally I just steady my gun against a tree, but this is the Primos. They call them the Shocky sticks, but it's a trigger stick Gen 3. And these are pretty handy, and I usually take them if I'm gun hunting. The kids use them. I usually make the kids use them because they're new to hunting, and I want them to take nice, steady shots. So those are handy. I'm just going to take them. We'll talk about the gun in just a minute. I'm taking a couple different backpacks. Well, first of all, so this Adidas bag, I am not going to open this, but this Adidas bag has got all my clothes. It's got socks, it's got base layer, it's got all my camo, it has got gloves, hats, net gaiters, all that kind of stuff. my orange, because hunter orange is required in Ohio during muzzleloader season. That's all in here, and I'm not going to open that. I've showed you in a previous episode all my clothing gear, so we won't get into that tonight. I'm taking 3 different packs. First of all, I'm going to be bringing out all my cameras, at least for now. They'll probably go back out this spring. But this is my camera bag. I've showed you this before. But I got an addition to this. My daughter Chloe got me something for Christmas that I'm pretty stoked about. And I've added it to my camera bag. This is a card reader. And I think she got this on Amazon. But it's a little Y. Let me get it out here and show it to you. I'm pretty stoked about using this because, I don't use cell cameras, at least not right now. I probably should. I know everybody else in the 21st century does, but I don't. So I take my laptop, believe it or not, and when I pull my SD cards, I download it onto my laptop, and that's how I check my cameras. Well, this little card reader, it's a little like a Y-shaped thing, and you can plug the SD card into it and then plug it into your phone. And you can do a SD card reading on your phone. I'm pretty excited to try that out because, man, if I could get to where all I need is my phone and I don't really need my laptop, that's going to be really neat. So I've added this to my trail cam backpack. This is my trail cam backpack. I carry trail cams in it, SD cards, extra batteries, and now the card reader. We'll zip this up so I don't lose anything. I don't really carry it with me while I'm hunting, but when I'm out scouting or messing around with my cameras, I use that. This is my main day pack. I've showed you this before. I'm not going to open this, okay? But it's got everything a day pack should have. It's got rope. It's got a flashlight. It also has a headlamp. It's got my safety belt for the tree stand. It's got safety equipment. It's got like an emergency kit. If I'm carrying this, it will have my license and my tag and everything. But I'm not sure which pack I'm going to carry. That'll be a game time decision. But this is my day pack. It stays. I showed you what's in here. It's got like a little pruning saw. It's got a grunt call, all that kind of stuff. I showed you this in episode 4. If you're interested in what is going on in this pack, I totally unloaded in episode 4, so check it out. I'm not going to do that tonight because I leave this thing like it is all hunting season. I don't want to have to, things get forgotten or lost when you're constantly unloading and loading. So this thing just stays ready all through hunting season. I am taking it. I'll probably carry it, but we're not going to open it tonight. This is my multi-day pack. I may carry this, and here's why. If I'm hunting alone and I get too far from the road or camp, there is a possibility that if I shot something, I wouldn't drag it out, but rather skin it and quarter it on site. And if that happens, you're going to need a frame pack like this to get it out. This thing is empty because if I carry it, I'm really just taking it with the expectation of maybe packing an animal out with it. So I've got a couple of really big black garbage bags in here. And I've got game bags, breathable game bags, to put quarters in. And then I would put like a processing kit in there as well if I carry this one. Again, I'm taking it. I'm not real sure what I'm going to use, but I'm going to be using one or the other, maybe a little bit of a combination of the two of them. All right. Make sure my gun's not getting hot. All right, this is just a camping tote. Real quick, I'll show you what's in it. Don't mind Sugar the dog. She doesn't mind you. She's just laying there chilling. So in here, I will be staying a couple nights down there in frigid conditions. We've got an outfitter grade tent. While I'm down there, I'll take some video footage of it so you can kind of see what I'm staying in. But when I am camping, I take this tote. It's got camp utensils. Everything's stainless steel, so it's easy to wash there in the camp. we've got more of these down there in camp, but keep these propane tanks. Also, I've got a hatchet in here, a small sledgehammer, a camp stove that hooks to that propane tank. In our camp, we don't have any running water and we don't have any electricity. Okay, we do have a buck stove to keep warm with, but you got to think about all your meals with no running water, no electricity. So that little stove, you're going to do all your cooking on. I'll probably take cans of Campbell's soup, and then I got this little saucepan that you can put right on that camp stove I just showed you. I'm also taking a little cast iron skillet because I'm going to probably take some deer burger thawed out and make some deer burgers, and I'll cook those on this over that camp stove. I've got a lighter. I've got some extra flashlights, coffee percolator because you're going to want coffee there. I can't function very well without coffee. Scent away spray. Extra medical equipment. Now I've got medical equipment in that backpack. This is just extra stuff in camp. A lot of things. I'll probably be alone and it's going to be really cold. So you got to kind of plan for everything. This is my deer breakdown kit. It's got, knives and saws to break a deer down with. And again, if I'm carrying this pack, I'll probably throw it in there, take it in the field with me. Sharpeners, extra blades. So, just all kinds of stuff that you'll need. And, I've got some things that aren't in here necessarily in the living room that I'm going to be taking. I'm going to be taking a chainsaw. I don't have my pillow out here and blanket, but, just everything you would need to be gone for 2 or 3 days in absolute frigid conditions. So, again, tonight I'm just kind of doing a check down list of everything, making sure that I got everything. And I thought, if I'm doing it, I might as well bring you, the viewers, along with me. If you remember in our muzzleloader episode, I told you I had a separate box for all my muzzleloader stuff. Here it is. It's got everything in it. My powder, my bullets. Just a quick little tip, if you're a muzzleloader hunter, I always carry electrical tape with me because, it's going to be snowing. It could rain. You just never know. I always cover the end of my muzzleloader with tape. And maybe when we get down there and get in the field, I'll show you what I mean by that. But it keeps snow and rain from getting in your barrel. Remember, with a muzzleloader, you have exposed gunpowder in that barrel. If it gets wet, it may not fire. And you don't want that to happen. There's too much going into this to get down there and have your gun not fire. You add a little bit of wood to that fire. Speaking of fires. All right, one last thing. Want to make sure we take the gun. Want to make sure we take the right gun. This is a CVA Optima 50 caliber. It's got a 3-9 scope on top. Sling. I'll be shooting Pyrodex 50-50. 50-50 stands for 50 caliber, 50 grains. So I'll be shooting 150 grains of powder with a 250 grain Hornady bullet. And I've never actually killed a deer with that combo. The last deer I killed with a muzzleloader was it was 50-50 powder, 3 of them. So that's the same, but I shot it with a 300 grain Hornady bullet, and that was totally lights out on that deer. But I'm sure the 250 is going to be just fine. It's going to be a little bit faster, but a little bit lighter. So we'll see. I'll let you know what I think if I get something. Again, anytime you're going on a hunt where you're just going to be, away from home for several days, you want to take your time, go through your gear, make sure you're not forgetting anything. I have went and forgot stuff before. It's not fun, and I've done it enough now to realize take the extra time and make sure that you got everything. Well, if you're going to be out in Ohio with a muzzleloader this weekend, I hope you do good. Bundle up. It's going to be cold. Hunt safe. And we'll get back together when it's over and see how everybody did. Thanks.
It's Monday morning. I'm trying to get to deer camp. I planned on leaving Sunday night, but the weather was just so bad. I didn't want to drive in the dark, and really didn't want to leave the family at home in case it turned to ice and we lost power. So my plan was originally to be down in camp today, but plans changed due to weather, so now I'm just on my way. It's Monday morning. As you can see, it is bad. There's hardly anybody out. I probably shouldn't be out, but I really believe in what I'm doing. I think as soon as this front blows out, there's a big rabbit in the road. As soon as this front blows out, I think deer are going to be on their feet. And I think I'll stand a good chance of getting one. I think tomorrow, Tuesday, is going to be really good. That's the last day of muzzleloader season. And probably my last day of deer hunting this year. If I don't get one with a muzzleloader down here, I think I probably just won't get one this year. But I'm crawling along, as you can see. You know, the road is barely distinguishable. I'm just taking it easy. I'm going slow in four-wheel drive. I'm gonna try to get there by around lunchtime, make me a hot lunch, get some calories, and then I'm gonna hunt till dark tonight. I'm gonna move until I see sign, and then set up on sign. Any sign you see in this kind of weather, you know it's fresh. So that is the game plan. I'm a little concerned. This is a major road right here. This is US Route 50. This is a major road. I've hardly ever seen this road not good, and it's not good today. But the last 4 miles to camp are really hilly, curvy, and back roads. In fact, the last road to camp isn't even a paved road. So I am somewhat concerned whether I'm even going to be able to get into camp. We'll see. And then also, I'm slightly concerned if the tent will be standing, because I mean, we have a really good tent in camp. It's an outfitter grade tent, and it's a good one. It's got a buck stove inside. As long as I can get there, I should be fine. And as long as the tent holds up to the snow. I know it can handle some snow on it, but this is a lot, you know, so I just kind of hope the tent hasn't buckled. I guess I'll find out when I get there. But anyway, this is deer hunting. I mean, this is what it's like. I do believe the deer are going to be moving tonight and tomorrow, so I'm happy to be out. I'm not afraid of this stuff as long as I can get there, you know. But I'm just taking my time. My daughter, for my birthday this year, she got me this little camera holder because of the, you know, the podcast. I got a few things for Christmas and my birthday for the podcast. And this little holder she got me for my camera is really handy. I'm able to take this video hands-free and kind of show you what I'm seeing. But anyway, I'm gonna keep trucking along here. I got a few more miles till town, and then it's uphill out of town into camp, and we'll see if it's even passable. I hope it is, but we'll find out soon enough. Well, I made it. I'm in camp. There's the little lane I came in on. It's man, I don't know if they're calling this a blizzard or not, but it seems like blizzard conditions. Let me turn the camera around. If you're gonna hunt in this kind of weather, you gotta be ready for it. As you can see, our tent did hold up. I got all the snow off the roof This thing was sagging pretty heavy. It's on out. I'll kind of be going in that direction tonight when I hunt. But I got everything kind of unloaded into the tent. Here's the tent. Everything's pretty good shape. I'm gonna build a fire, and I'm gonna build a fire, get my bunk set up, get some heat going in here, and make lunch. Eat a lot of calories before I head out into this. I'm gonna hunt till dark tonight, and I'll be in after dark, make dinner, sleep good, hunt all day tomorrow, and hopefully have a deer when it's all said and done. Hopefully have a buck when it's all said and done. All right, stay safe out there. All right, here's a quick video. It's lunchtime on Tuesday in muzzleloader season. As you can see, we've got pretty rough conditions. It's cold, and it's tough out here, but when you can eat good, makes it all worth it. I got a little pot of vegetable soup I'm gonna put on this burner. Cooking a couple deer burgers real quick. And I got some cheese and some mustard. And, you know, when you're out here roughing it, it makes it a lot better when you can eat good. So we try to eat good in camp. All right, well, we're in the woods. I'm being quiet because it's just so calm and quiet in the woods right now. It's snowing pretty hard. So what I'm doing, here's the tactic I'm using. I'm on a ridge top with a clear cut below me. I'm facing a downhill slope. The wind is coming up the slope to me. I've got sign on the ground. I've got tracks on the ground. Down the hill is a clear cut. A lot of times bucks will bed on these hillsides. It's a sun-facing side. Now there's no sun today, but whatever. I'm sneaking along here. When I get an area that I can see something, I stop and glass with my binoculars. But I'm just trying to catch a buck in his bed or on his feet. I haven't seen anything yet, but we'll see what happens. It's a really serious snowstorm today. There's about a foot of snow on the ground. So I'm gonna get tired, faster than normal. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you down the hill where I'm at. Trying to see what I'm looking at. So anyway, I'm just kind of sneaking along here with the wind in my favor. Hopefully I'll surprise one. Well, I'm in bed. Just got done with dinner. I had to kind of do some work on my gun. So I had a very good afternoon and evening of hunting. I saw a bunch of does, but I'm not really down here for a doe. I'm not going to shoot a doe. One, any doe that I see may have a fetus in it, and I don't want that. So, and then two, this time of the year, you could be thinking that you're shooting a doe and shooting a buck that's antlers have fallen. We've got some bucks on camera that have an antler falling off. So anyway, but right at dark tonight, I saw two really nice bucks. One really nice one. They were both within shooting range. They both gave me wide open shots. And my muzzleloader over there, you can kind of barely see it leaned against the bunk over there, was froze up solid. It wouldn't cock. I saw a really, really nice buck tonight, 40 yards, had the wind in my favor. He was broadside, looking the other way, and the hammer wouldn't cock, it was froze. So I hit the deck when he wasn't looking. He's practically laying on the ground. And, you know, I'm getting a little bit of smoke in here. I'm gonna shut that door. I built a fire in the buck stove, and it is really warm in here, but it's starting to get a little smoky. Ugh. This thing keep it warm all night, man. This little, you gotta actually be careful, or it can get too hot in here. This is one of those double bunk cots. I sleep up on the top bunk because it's just a little bit warmer up higher. Heat rises. I got all my snacks right there, so I'm good to go. But anyway, back to that deer. He was 40 yards broadside, and I had him, man, and that thing would not cock. So I dropped to the ground, got behind a tree. When he wasn't looking, he had no idea I was there. He never did spook. But I opened my action. I changed out. I thought maybe, I don't know what I thought, but I thought putting a new primer in would work. So I switched primers frantically. That didn't work. The hammer there was a piece of ice or something. I mean, I hunted in heavy snow today. Gun was covered in snow all day. And I think it got some moisture down in that action, and then refroze, and it just would not work. That's part of the problem with late season hunting with black powder guns. Those kind of things just happen, and that happened tonight. But oh well, just like I talked about in a previous podcast, man, you gotta shake it off. You know, when something doesn't go right, you just gotta shake it off. But I'll be out there tomorrow. I didn't spook that deer. Then about 5 minutes later, another buck came in. I got him on camera. I took some video footage of him because I couldn't shoot him with my gun. I figured I might as well shoot him with my camera. So, 2 nice bucks tonight. Could have shot either one of them, but gun malfunctioned in the cold. That's just the way it goes. So we're gonna shake it off and get out tomorrow. It's very cold. It's very windy. It feels good in here, but it's rough down here in camp, man. It's cold. I'm sure it is back home too. Everybody's kind of hunkered down back home as well. So I'm gonna go to sleep. We're gonna hunt all day tomorrow, and then tomorrow might be the last day I hunt this year. So we'll just we'll see how it goes. If you're out there with a muzzleloader, I wish you good luck. I hope you get one. I hope you have better luck than I did tonight. But I'm gonna eat a few snacks and listen to some music and go to sleep. Be at it first thing in the morning. I got my coffee ready. I don't know if you can see it or not. That percolator right there. I'm already looking forward to that coffee. So we'll be back after him. That buck doesn't know how close he was tonight. I had the wind in my favor. I don't think he knows I was there. And he, whether he knows it or not, buddy, he's being hunted now. So see how it goes. We'll try to get him tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Well, muzzleloader season is over, and I did not get a deer. I'm home now, and I'm going to probably shake this gear out, get it good and dried out by the fire, put everything away. I think I'm done deer hunting for the year. So, of course, so, as far as my record goes, this is the first season in 6 that I haven't shot a deer. And this is the first season in 5 that I haven't shot a buck. So, of course, the year I start the podcast, I'm going to come up empty. But to be on now, there is a little bit of season left. There's archery hunting still till the end of the month. I just don't know how much I'm going to get out with my bow. Maybe not any. I was kind of calling the last day of muzzleloader season the end for me, and it might be. I'll let you know if I get out anymore, or certainly if I get a deer, I'll let you know. But anyway, if you hunt long enough, that's the way it's going to go sometimes. Not everything's always going to go the way you think it should. I will be honest with you, though. I've had a great season. I've had a lot of fun. As I reflect back on this season, and I'll be doing that a lot over the next few days while I'm kind of, putting stuff away, making some notes for next year. A lot of good things happen. First of all, I spent a lot of hours in the field this year, and that's never wasted time. When you're out there in the field, it's revitalizing you. You're always learning. Fred Bear, a famous bow hunter, one of my personal heroes, Fred Bear said that you never really come home empty-handed. So, I had a lot of experience this year, made a lot of memories, learned a lot of things, and saw a ton of deer. I mean, to be honest with you, I've seen about as many deer this year as I have, but I went into this year with a goal. My goal was to shoot a 150-inch deer. If you listen to if you listen to my very first podcast, I talk about having a goal. I didn't really go into what my goal was, but my goal was to shoot a 150 this year. I've shot a lot of bucks smaller than that, and so I was just holding out. I passed a lot of deer up this year that I could have shot, and it's just the way it goes. When you make a goal and you stick to it, there's no guarantees that it's going to work out. And that's just kind of the way it went this year. But I had a blast. I saw a ton of deer. I got to hunt in New York, and that was a great experience. Got to hunt up there with my good buddy John Frazier, his brother Jamie Frazier. John and I drove up together. I got to hunt with his brother Jamie up in upstate New York. That was an experience I'll never forget, and probably something I'll go back and do again. And then, got to see my son get his first buck, and he got a dandy. He got a really nice one, and I'll post some pictures on the podcast social media so you can see those. I didn't really have the podcast up and rolling yet when Matt got his deer. I didn't start the podcast for a few weeks after that, so I didn't really get footage of his hunt. But next year we'll be taking you, the viewer, on everything we do. All the hunting we do, even spring turkey this upcoming year, and all the scouting and all the preseason prep. Now that I got this podcast going, we're gonna take you along for everything, kind of show you how we do everything, and kind of how our way of doing things is. And maybe you can adopt it into your hunting program, or maybe you've got something that's working for you. And if you do, just stick to that. I wouldn't encourage you to, you don't do things because I do them a certain way. But anyway, it was a great season. Now, some of the footage you just saw of those deer, I just wanted to show you some of the deer that I did see in the muzzleloader season. I passed a couple of them small bucks. Just going to let them grow to next year. We got plenty of meat in the freezer. And so, I didn't really need to shoot a doe or shoot one of those small bucks. I'm just going to let them grow for next year. But I did want you to kind of get a little flavor for what I saw. Now, that bigger buck that walked by, he was one of 2 really nice ones I saw Monday night when my gun was froze up. So I figured I can't shoot him with my gun. I'll go ahead and shoot him with my camera. And that's what the deal is on that deer. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of a frozen camp and muzzleloader season, Ohio 2025. I guess it's still technically the 2024 season, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hey, if you like this podcast, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, depending on what platform you're watching us on. We're going to try to grow this thing this year and make it even better. And hopefully it'll be something that can be a resource to you. Every once in a while, you might learn something on it. Certainly, I want to be an encouragement to you. And you know, we just kind of go through this journey together. So it's been good. It's going to get even better. And I'm glad to have you along for it all. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us today. I'm Matt Hinkle. I'm your host, and that's how I see it from my stand.
Thank you for listening today. Be sure to tell your buddies and follow us on your favorite podcasting platforms. Y'all take care.